this is Mr. T, your magnificent Mustang. And we are from Ivey Ranch, which is just a little bit away. Do all of you know where the Mission is? Okay, we're right across the street from the Mission. And we have a beautiful ranch there, and we have 19 beautiful horses there. So we have everything from little horses to great big horses, and Mr. T is kind of in the middle. Mr. T is about 1,000 pounds, so most of you probably weigh between 50 and 75. So he weighs a lot more than you. But the reason we're here today is because of your ability awareness. And as you guys were talking about, you guys went to the multi-purpose room and did games and activities, and you had a fair. And we wanted to talk to you about how everybody can ride a horse, okay? In our program, we work with kiddos and adults that have special needs, and we work with typical adults and kiddos too. Basically, anybody starting at age 3 all the way up to grandmas and grandpas can learn to ride a horse. And what we did is we brought some special equipment to show you. Now, a word I hear that you guys learned in your ability awareness was assistive technology. And what we use is assistive devices. And basically what I have here behind me, we have 3 different kinds of equipment, and we're going to show you, we're going to actually put some of it on Mr. T and show you that we have different equipment for different people who have different abilities, because everybody can ride a horse, but some people ride the horses a little bit differently than others. So the first piece of equipment that we typically use is what we call a Western pad and a bareback pad. Now I'm going to put the microphone down and I'm going to show you how we put this on and what Mr. T will look like in a typical lesson. Okay, Mr. T is wearing a bareback pad now, and you can see he has a pair of rainbow reins. And those rainbow reins help us tell you where you can put your hands, okay? Those reins are like a steering wheel of a car, and that's how we actually direct Mr. T. Now, some of us don't have the ability to hold ourselves up completely straight, like how nice and straight you all are sitting. So sometimes we use this piece of equipment, which is called a surcingle. And this has handles on it, and sometimes for some of our riders, this gives them a little bit more support or something to hang on to when they have a ride. 2 other pieces of equipment. Now, how many of you have ever ridden a horse before? Oh, wow, a lot of you. Okay. So, some of you have probably ridden in a saddle, and this one is an English saddle, and this big one over here is a Western saddle. And basically, again, it's 2 different pieces of equipment depending on what kind of ride or what we're going to do with you. So our lessons for everybody, we teach you how to groom a horse, because that's very important. If you have kitties and dogs at home, you know that you have to feed them, love them, take them for walks and groom them. We do the same thing with our horses, and we have a tack box with his special brushes in it, and we brush him every day. We take him for walks, and he goes riding as well. So we brush him, and we teach you guys how to brush him. We teach our riders how to actually put on the equipment that they're going to use for their lesson. And then after they've learned to ride, or they've ridden for 15 to 20 minutes, depending on what kind of lesson they have, then they do the same thing. We teach you how to work with a horse on the ground, because we believe that there's as much to learn on the horse on the ground as there is on his back. So anyhow, let's see, what else? Every kind of ability. So we've got kiddos that are typical, and then we've got individuals who come to us in wheelchairs, in walkers, with canes, with crutches, and we have different lifts at our range too to help you get on the horse. So even if you're in a wheelchair and you don't have the ability to stand up or to move your leg to put over the horse, we have different equipment to help you. Now here's the other really cool thing about our ranch, is that when you learn to ride, this is a very big animal. So we have something called a horse leader and sidewalkers. And that is one volunteer who, like Bill here, actually leads the horse. And then we have adult volunteers or volunteers who walk on either side of the participant to help them balance. Because when you first walk with a horse, it's a lot of movement. So we have anywhere from 1 to 4 people help you ride the horse. And that's how we assist different abilities. As far as ages, 2 things. Ages with our horses, we have horses as young as 6 years old, and then we have a horse that is 33 years old. And the funny thing about horses is, you know how a dog is 1 year to every 7 human years? Have you guys ever learned that? So if a dog is 2, he's actually 14 in human years. It's a lot of math. Anyhow, horses are actually a 1 to 3. So our 33-year-old horse that we have out there, he's actually 99 years old. He's an old guy. But he works just like everybody else, and he's there to help learn about horses, and he'll walk with you, and he's as good as the rest of them. So today you guys are going to get a really cool brochure, and it tells more information about our programs. And for those of you who are 9 and above, there's also an opportunity to come volunteer with us. You can come volunteer and groom horses and learn to work with them. And I understand that there's a special award here at your school at the end of the year that maybe that volunteerism would work towards. So the thing to take away from this whole day and this magnificent Mustang who came to visit you is that everybody can do things in different ways, to respect the ability for everybody to participate. And if you ever wanted to be around horses or work with them, we would love to have you come out and be with us at Ivey Ranch. So thank you for coming, for letting us come to visit you guys at your beautiful school. And thank you for letting us bring our magnificent Mustang, Mr. T. Thank you for being so quiet and attentive. And thank you, Chris Golden, for letting us come.
Thank you. And let's do a silent cheer like this. Good job. You guys want to wave goodbye to your special guest? Okay. You guys were so well behaved. We really appreciate it.